A pleasant and sunny Monday morning to all those listening in and viewing WinFM Voices program today, Monday, 8th September 2025. I am pleased to be here and to serve as host for what I consider to be a very necessary and important discussion. And I have titled it, as it were, Case for Recognition. A case for recognition. We are that the various national symbols of the Federation have long been identified, and the authors, the creators, have been acknowledged in one way or another. In one or two cases, they have been shown appreciation in more ways than one. But we know that one of those particular elements of our national identity, the country's motto, we have not heard, we do not know of its creator being acknowledged or awarded or rewarded in any way. I repeat the belief that all of the throughout the region, throughout the world, and I'm going to share with you what some of the mottos of the other Caribbean islands, what the mottos are. Actually and fitfully encapsulates a thought, an idea, concept, a philosophy, if you wish. So the author has been a genius of some kind, and I'm just that the author is the school. No, sir.
School.
Yeah. Don't come out of Bastia of Irish Town School, but there are many.
Dr. Laws. Okay.
Those that came from the Bastia boys are uncountable.
Okay.
But maybe that's another point.
Right.
The someone in whose mind it then crystallized and then emanated as a complete thought, country above self. The question is, who is that creator? I have an individual with me in studio this morning, and he's going to introduce himself in a few minutes and tell us a little bit about his background and his involvement in St. Kitts society, because his claim is not that he created the motto, but he has been quite involved, if you ask me, in a number of ways. And I'm sure you, a lot of around a particular age would be involved with the individual, and certainly, as in my case, with the name. He's the honorable former Deputy Prime Minister and former Ambassador to the United Nations, and is still very active, Terence Conda. So if I could say, I would say individual on your side. You have a platform in your case recognition, an individual who has a track record of success himself. So if I feel happy, I feel satisfied that I have good people on my side. So let's ask you and maybe just a little bit about himself.
Well, I'm a Kittitian by birth, and although at times people would say, "Oh, is you near Woodyball?" Yeah, me never know is you near Woodyball, and so on, based on the fact that I'm not a loud person or go around and be boasting or any self-boast or anything. But the truth is, this morning, I would like to share a quote a very close friend of mine sent me, and so on. And it says, "Be the type of person that no matter where you are or where you go, you always add value to the lives of others around you." And that is something that I've always done. And the advice caused me to say, look now, if despite the recognition doesn't happen, then at least I'll be disseminating the information, because a lot of people around this federation and the Caribbean don't know who's the author of Country Above Self.
Let me interject a little bit, because creating the motto, you added immense value to our national symbols.
Okay.
Carry on.
Thank you. Yeah, and so that I've been involved in quite a few things even before. As a matter of fact, on one of my trips to St. Kitts, I remember came in, and on the booths of the interviewing officers and so on, there was some 8 by 10 paper, those white 8 by 10 papers that had the number on the booths and so on.
Right.
And I immediately said, why we have such things looking, the booths looking like that? We just, these things with markers and so on. I immediately went and found out the person I could talk to. I spoke to that person. We got some materials, got plexiglass and everything, and was able to put on proper signs on each of those booths and so on, using plexiglass and so on.
Okay, so that's one of your skills.
Yes, I'm an artist.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
I'm an
Artist.
artist.
Mm-hmm. Okay, take a short break at this time, and so we will allow that to happen.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking and staying with us. And we continue our discussion here as we look at the case for recognition for the author of our national motto. We were here, Rudy Green himself. He will continue.
Okay, so the whole idea occurred back in like the late 70s when we were considering going independence, and
Right.
Limo at the time, the prime minister of
Premier.
the country, the
Premier,
premier
yeah.
of the country,
Yeah,
had
premier.
gone to England to seek get the authorization and so on for independence, and they announced that they'd like to have these three symbols for independence: the coat of arms, the flag, and the song.
Mhm.
I actually did three of the submissions, which was the crest, the motto, and the flag. I did
Right.
3 submissions. The crest was not used in its form because they had continued to use the crest.
The coat of arms.
The crest. They had continued to use the crest.
Okay. I thought that was called the coat of arms.
Well, it is a crest.
Okay.
That
Okay.
represents the coat of arms.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's clarified.
Right, yeah, got you.
And that crest was done by another artist, British artist, and so on. But at the time, that crest was used for statehood, where it had unity in Trinity.
Right.
Yeah. And so when the submissions were made for independence, apparently they felt that that was the best crest to continue using. But they extracted my motto from my crest and use it on.
You know, I think that's the essence of the problem, you know, Sam. That because the motto was transplanted onto the coat of arms or onto the crest, as we were describing it, I think automatically that for years assumed that the or the creator of the crest was also the creator of the motto. In fact, that they were one and the same.
Yes.
That they were at the very same time. And I think to this date, a lot of people have that idea.
Yeah.
That is one single entity, one construct. Right?
Yeah.
But we are not
Yeah.
that the motto was in fact created separately.
Yes.
Then planted on the crest.
Because it is important. Woody was saying to me this morning, just this morning, because we talk thing every day, all day. And he was saying maybe we should try and get a disclaimer from the critical to get to say that
He created the crest. Yeah.
I don't know if that is possible, but we no.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah, it's interesting.
yeah,
And I believe that that's a good idea. If the individual who is recognized as the creator,
Yeah.
the man behind the quest, could publicly state,
Right.
and I heard the Attorney General talking about an affidavit, if he can write and say, or if he can make it abundantly clear, I am the man who brought forward this, the winning submission, as it were, for the quest or for the coat of arms,
coat of arms.
but not the motto.
Well, that crest,
The motto,
the crest,
country above self.
the crest was done for statehood, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what it
But
came
all
from.
they did was continue to use it. That's
In 1983. Yeah, it
they
was
just
continued.
continue to use it. Oh.
Yeah, right. But that I think would help to solve it,
Yeah.
the problem a lot, because a lot of us, like I said, and I think we need to acknowledge that.
And
We
the silence too. You see, that silence is what is creating it too. That the fact that he has not come out and say, well, made that disclaimer.
Well, up to now, well,
disclaimer. People are just assuming, like you say, that the person who created the quest is the same person who
yeah,
created
that they were done at the very same time. But at the same time, and I think this is important, and I heard a lady on Freedom saying it the other day, there's never been a counterclaim.
Precisely.
There's never been any opposition, any objection
For 42 years.
to Rudy Val's that he's the author
Yeah.
of the
No.
motto. And so I'm sorry, personally, but I'm not sorry, but I, Michael Blake, believe that Rudy Val is the author of the quest, of the motto,
Yeah.
country above self.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You want to continue, or you want to move over to Sam? Let's hear from Sam. Sam, what's your...
Yeah, well, I have to tell you how I got in it, Michael.
Yeah.
In 2008, I was the chairman of the 20th anniversary of independence,
Silver Jubilee.
Silver Jubilee, and we had a lot of functions and so on. You know, a whole thing by Calypso show.
Right.
You know, students, you know, primary school and secondary school, you know, thing at Warner Park and
I
so
remember
on.
that. I worked with you.
I know you're right.
Yeah.
And so, the Calypso show, Calypso show, that was his thing. But in it, he had said about self and so on and thing and so on, and he said, I'm going to call who and so on, and he started and friends and many members, but he called Rudy Val. But now Woody Bell said, he said, boy, Sam, I know you're the
But
chief.
would he have his ignorance? He would have done that in ignorance.
But so that's what he said, boy, Sam, you know, I hear this thing, you know, people symbol and so on, but not Woody Bell. Woody said, Sam, you know, I want to bring this thing to your attention. He said, I brought it to the attention of Minister Skellig 2 years ago, 2006, I think he tell me. If I'm wrong, tell me. And Ricky said, who else know that? You know?
Right.
And so he maybe so he didn't pursue it. But when 2008, when I chaired the thing, he said, Sam, I did this thing, you know. And that as the truth. I come up to you, come tell you he do a thing, and nothing goes so.
Exactly.
So I said,
Something else.
let me check it out for you, Woody, because, you know, I didn't know that and so on. So I started doing my thing, but you would know because you've been familiar with the political situation. A lot of political developments happened during that time, you know, and so it sort of overtook my giving attention to it.
Okay.
But one of the things I did is that I went into Miss O'Flaherty at the thing because I thought that was a way to start the archives,
Yeah.
and we couldn't find anything. I mean, she gave me a lot of things I got now is what she gave me, but that I couldn't find.
Okay.
That we couldn't find. But she gave me a lot of things which I have now, and I want to thank her, you know,
Yeah.
bless her soul, for the information she gave me, because she know I'm a student of history and so.
Yes.
And so she said, boy, Sam, but these here you might need them, Sam. I have them.
But
And so they didn't come off. So, you know what happened, the political thing, the change of government, and so on, and all the rest of it. And I had the opportunity when I went up to the UN, you know, I went to the UN in 2015, and so on. I had the opportunity, I had the opportunity to interact with the people symbol, including Kenneth Jones, intimately. And he just looked, and I don't remember her married name,
Right.
but intimately with the thing and so on. And I mean, there were people who were kind of turned off about the recognition and the acceptance and so on. He just was, you know, I don't want to repeat the conversation we had, but they were concerned. In 2015, I was talking about 2008 when I was the chair when Woody came, but in 2015 when I had the similar conversation with these people. So, that thing. Then, again, the political situation, the government changed, and we reached now to 2022. Well, 2023, the 40th anniversary. And so Woody said, boy, Sam, I spoke to you some years ago, what it was, 15 years ago, about this thing and so on, and we ain't getting nothing. What we could do, man, because I do this thing, you know, Sam, I'm telling you. I said, I believe you, Woody, don't think me believe you, but it's just so. I see the Prime Minister. I said, PM, I gave him the whole issue that I just gave you.
right.
And he said, but Sam, I never know that because they for the 40th anniversary, posthumously, in fact, he was and went to Miss Woody gave his story, you know, as fair,
Right.
I was in a position to look at things. That was strongly about this thing. And so, the PM said, boy, Sam, if I had known, because we just recognize these people and so on, you know, we sing and so on. So go to the CAPSEC and tell him, well, you just tell me and so on. So I went to the CAPSEC, tell him and so on. Nothing, no.
Yeah.
So I went to the and I said that in the President Attorney General on Friday, and he substantiated that and the Attorney General to him. I said, I tell the AG, look, this guy was here, this is his thing. The AG said, no, it ain't his thing, Sam. It's this thing. It's all for some recognition, not for anything, but for yeah. And so the AG said, well, Sam, we have to take a new approach and so on. He was willing to assist and see how we could. Just like he tried to assist on Friday, he said, make recommendations. So I think that. Then, I spoke to the coming up to next independence, right? So I said, boy, let me go to the highest office in the land. So I called the Governor General.
Right.
I said, Gigi, I've been working on this thing here for the past 17 years and so on thing, and I don't understand why. She said, were you talking? She said, I said, talk to. She said, don't talk to nobody, Sam. Nobody gonna think. Put it in writing. So I called Woody. I said, Woody, I just spoke to the Gigi, and she said, we're talking, but nobody gonna remember that. You got to put it in writing and so on. So I just think him. We went and we get some advice, and we wrote something.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to read it for you
Sure.
to see what we think. We said, Nato, dear Nato, I wish to to the attention of the cabinet the fact that I am the author of the national motto, Country About Self. Mr. Sam Kondo has been assisting me diligently for the past 17 years in my efforts to have this fact formally recognized. Prior to 1980, pursuant to a public invitation by the then Labour government led by Premier Limo, I presented submissions for the national flag and the coat of arms, and I placed my proposed motto, Country About Self, on the coat of arms. Following the general election of 1980, there was a change of administration, and leading up to independence in 1983, the government of the day issued another public invitation for the said symbols. I did not at that time make a submission. However, after the completion of the process, the government in 1983 published its choices of our national anthem, our coat of arms, and our national motto. The coat that had been submitted in 1967 was accepted, and the government placed on it the motto which I had preferred in 1979, namely Country About Self, which I hereby proclaim to be my and only my creation. I make this declaration of my own free will and volition, knowing the content to be absolutely true and correct.
Yeah, that's a powerful,
Yeah.
well-written
Yeah.
document. If
I
you
mean, nobody gonna go to them things here.
Exactly.
Who is a fraud? Like some people want to think.
So who's responsible then for this lack of recognition? Just a minute. Let me see if I can take it back. Sorry, we have to take another break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that, but we'll do just that, and we'll be back with you.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Rams the good food people always there to serve you. Rams the good food people locations right near you. Rams the good food people in store specials for you. Rams the good food people. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. We want your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with you. And let me advise you that in about a half an hour's time, we shall open the lines for you to engage us in this discussion and share with us what your views and opinions are. I was asking, well, the Attorney General indicated that the motto is now the possession of the state.
Yeah. The
But the
property
question
of the
is,
state.
from whom did the state take possession? The state took possession of a creation. Well, who was the creator? The state should ask itself that. It is now in the possession of the state. The state owns it. But the state owns it after the fact, after it was created. So the state should know this was taken from A, B, C, or D. And that is what the state should try to ascertain. Not just for current purposes, but to settle the history. To settle the history. And so that when we teach our children and our generations to come, they will know and be able to associate the motto with the creator.
Very fundamental.
Very
to
fundamental.
Our civic.
So the Attorney General admitting that the state is now in possession of the motto should ask it. He should ask himself. The government should ask itself. Well, from whom did we take possession? The very same way we very well know who
the flag.
The national
the
anthem.
flag and national anthem and so on. Right? And the same way that I think that the national anthem is one of the best in the world, the same way I think of the national motto. Let me explain to the public a little bit how the motto is. Right? The very motto, ladies and gentlemen, in countries great and small, a motto stands tall.
Yes.
And by the way, not only countries, sovereign countries which have mottos, individuals have mottos. I have my own personal motto, to tell you the truth. Oh yeah.
That you live
Businesses
by?
have their mottos, schools have their mottos, the military forces around the world, the law enforcement agencies have their own mottos, individual groups of countries have their own mottos.
Young school, tell about strong, not poor. That is what my motto of life. The
And everybody knows of Bassi High School's universally recognized motto, keep your anomaly, that's principles, not men.
Not men.
Principles.
Yeah.
And some people thought it meant P-I-N-C-I-P-A-S, the principal of the school, not the staff. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's
No,
principal
principal.
P-L-E-S, if you please.
principle,
Right?
not me.
It is that which matters. So the motto, like I said,
Inspires.
it captures the
inspires.
essence
Yeah,
of what the country is about.
Yes.
It also plants the country in a particular milieu, so that one knows what the ideology, what the philosophy of the country
Absolutely.
is. For example, during the days of the Soviet Union, the workers of the world unite. Because that was the mantra, beginning with Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, of course, during the revolution. Gandhi's motto is freedom and justice. It tells you that the country sees those as the basis for its existence and
Absolutely.
for its movement upward.
Absolutely.
Right? In
Absolutely.
the United States, in God we trust. And many people believe that the United States is its own empire, that this has lasted as long as it has, only because of this avowed faith and trust in God. Since the Bible makes it clear, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord.
Right.
In Canada, its motto is from sea to sea, since of course it runs from the Pacific to the Atlantic, the second largest country in the world. In the United Kingdom does not have a motto per se, but the motto of the monarch, whether he be queen, whether the person be king or queen, is God and my right. In China, it's simple. In Nigeria, unity and faith, peace and progress.
In the Caribbean, yeah, we have together we aspire. We achieve.
We prosper. In Trinidad and Tobago, together we aspire,
Together we
achieve. In Antigua and Barbuda, each endeavoring, all achieving. In Jamaica, out of many, one people. Guyana, one people, one nation, one destiny. St. Vincent, peace and justice. Barbados, pride and industry. St. Lucia, the land, the people, the light. In Dominica, After God, it's the earth. Grenada. Ever conscious of God, we aspire, build, and advance as one people. Bahamas. Forward, upward, onward together. The Dominican Republic. God, fatherland, and liberty. And in Montserrat, and I think I heard somebody asking the caller from Montserrat what the motto was. The motto of Montserrat is a people of excellence, more by nature, nurtured by God. A people of excellence, more by nature, nurtured by God. In Nevis, humbly above self. And I'm saying that stands above. 3 words. Stand above all those that I just mentioned. That's my humble opinion. And I stand by it. And so the person who created that deserves recognition. I put it to you today that not to recognize and not necessarily award, but at least to recognize and acknowledge that owner, that author, is tantamount to a grave injustice. And we need to correct that as soon as possible. So why is it taking so long? Why is it taken so long for this to be regularized? Now, the Prime Minister at the time, in 1983, Dr. Kennedy Simmons, of National Hero, I'm wondering whether he should or shouldn't have a statement to make with respect to this matter.
There's a
He must be aware of some of the developments that led to the adoption of the motto. And so, in Rudy's quest for this recognition, maybe we should approach Dr. Simmons as well.
that is.
And see what
In fact, I don't know if you want
Yeah,
me
he
to.
did. Sweeney, at some point, King Sweeney, he actually had contacted Dr. Simmons at some point, and he suggested that maybe we should look at the committees that presented the
various symbols.
to cabinet around that time
Yes.
and so on, because he said he personally did not remember the committee members, but it was presented to cabinet around March, April, May, I think he said, somewhere around
Of
that
1983.
83, yeah.
83 years, and so that that the minutes for those cabinet meetings should have that.
To reflect that.
The truth is, whether or not when they presented the motto,
They said who did
they
it.
said this was done by Woody
See,
Van.
because the problem, like I said, I think, is one of the problems is that it was planted onto the coat of arms, which had been in existence before.
Precisely.
And everyone thought that it therefore came with it as one single package. Because I know that I was a part of the independence, the committee responsible for judging the independence poetry competition, along with Cecil Edwards and Obadiah Williams. It was the 3 of us who were the judges for that competition, as young as I was, which means that I myself couldn't submit a poem. Okay? Right, I was part of that committee, and I was by far the youngest on that committee there. But I really don't know or recall who the members of the other committees were. But we need to, therefore, identify all the various means and methods by which to bring closure to this matter. And I think it should be done this year. I'm sorry, we're doing it now so late in September, because it should be done in time for Rudy to be properly and fully recognized on Independence Day or National Heroes Day, or whichever day it is that people are given their national awards and honors. So to that extent, I regret that this thing is taking off so late, but better late.
But Mike, we've been doing this since
23.
2023? Yeah, 2023, you know, that's when I first approached the that
And
officially.
24 is when we saw the cab set.
Yeah.
But when did the Governor General provide that advice about writing?
This year, she provided this year. But like I said, I went to the Prime Minister long before that. For the first anniversary.
Yeah.
That's 2023.
Yeah.
And he told me, and so we've been doing that since that.
So somebody is not, or some entity is not too keen.
No.
On
That's what I'm saying.
Ensuring that the man gets his due recognition. The question
Just
is that,
yeah.
So we will have to address that. You wanted to say something else, man? No, I wanted to tell you the public, because I got a document here from Sam which speaks to your involvement in a lot of things. I want people to get an idea as to who you are, not just a creator. And you spoke about being an artist as well, but not just being the creator of the motto. I understand, for example, you were a teacher at one time.
Yeah, taught
So tell little bit about those.
Before you got the thing, you know, 35th anniversary, he gave me a song. He
The public know all that.
and he was the 35th anniversary of the parents.
Because I remember hearing his name a lot at one point.
He used to be in
Yeah.
He was.
the
Tell
minister.
us about that. Give us some of that. Because I'm not sure many people. I myself, I know I used to hear the name Woody Val quite.
He was
Let him know that. That's what I want. You're not just a person who sits down and says, "Let me think of a motto." That you're actively involved. You're an all-rounder.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, actually started Craft
Listen,
House with
You're
Mr.
not
George.
singing your own praises as it were. You're simply informing the public that Woody Val is a man of acclaim.
Okay then. Okay, you put it nicely. I express it then. The thing, like I said, I started Craft House with Mr. George. We started on Church Street, and after some time we had moved to Garment Factory. Garment Factory had allowed us to use one of the rooms there, and from there the UNDP ILO, they came and put up a building where the actual building is right now, but on another spot there. And I think the original building got damaged by the hurricane, and so they put up the
Right.
one building. So I've been there at Craft House, teaching craft, and you know, these guys, we started cottage industries and so around, guys from Old Road, Date Bay, and all that and so on. And I, taught those guys the skills and created these different souvenirs, and so that's some of them still at Craft House. My creations and so on are still at Craft House today, and so on. We started actually when we started sending stuff around the Caribbean to the shipwreck shops. We actually had to go down by Emporium on the day that they were taking stock out of the boxes and so on. Take those boxes in order to until we
For
start
packaging, yeah.
for packaging until we started. We got so big that we now brought in our own cartons and so on and things like that. But then there was this guy from Sweden named Cannibal. He taught me the lathe and so on work, and I started teaching guys, the local guys, how to use the lathe and all that kind of stuff.
You see, because to understand is that given the skills and capabilities and competencies of the man, it is easy to understand why he would create the motto.
Yeah.
That's what he really
In fact, the heaters, and I want to talk about that. But thing, he said,
Progress through toilets.
didn't fit good, and it
okay.
fitted, and it's
Yeah, but to make progress through toil also rings a bell. Sounds yes, that we need to.
so because
Right, but I want people to understand that Woody Griot is a man who is so endowed that it is not beyond imagination.
Yeah.
It is not beyond belief that he could create
yeah.
country above self.
Yeah.
So carry on.
Yeah, and at the college, I actually sat in for what his name is, from Keon. Yeah. He was sick for a while. Brandy's.
Yeah, Brandy was at the college.
Yes, and they'd asked me to sit in for him. So I taught at the college and at ABEC as well too.
Okay.
Yeah, I was able to sit in for a short period. Yeah.
Quinn wanted to talk about
I
want to talk about that.
Wait. Before you go ahead, I have to interject because Heat Waves, the group. Did you all do a cover of Trade Winds?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one of the best covers of
versions
that
you've
song.
heard.
Yeah, tell me all the covers you created.
Well, yeah.
A chance.
At 1 year, well, I used to do most of the backdrops for Carnival too, along with Stanley Frank. Both of us If I didn't do it, Stanley would have done it. The backdrops. At that time, you used to have to go and paint the backdrop. Today, you don't have to do that. You could do it with
generated
assimilation and so on. But yes, when they were done by Stanley Franks, I did them.
Okay.
And even for cricket, the scoreboard with Carib stoppers and so on, that says Skull and Carib Giants and so on. I used to be the person that paint those symbols on the scoreboard.
And Stanley Franks might have been an individual.
Stanley Franks might be there, yeah. And in
Might
fact,
have been.
yes, he was part of it. Stanley Franks, Earl Maynard, Tapley Seaton, and all of those people that told us, but those people are deceased now.
Wow, that's a shame. Yeah, but so you were in Heat Waves in what capacity?
I used to play percussion and do vocals, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was a vocalist,
But I
wrote songs.
I actually, at 1 year, I did 7 album covers as well too, for Ellie Matt, for Ian Patches Gladsford, for this guy from Sandy Point. What's his name is?
Star Shield?
No.
Ben Jacks.
Ben Jacks. I did Ben Jacks cover as well. I did. Zret had a cover that year, I think. PJ.
Yeah, I remember PJ from McKnight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PJ had did his album as well too. So I
Well,
did-
it seems to me that we have the makings here of an individual who merits not just recognition for his motto, but for a national award.
In fact,
Medal of Honor.
he was
That's what I'm saying.
an Independence Award.
That's what I'm saying.
He was awarded last year in
Oh.
the
The Spirit of Carnival.
Spirit of Carnival.
Yeah.
No, that's different. That's
I
different.
know.
I think I heard Sam mention that you were a businessman as well.
Yeah,
Tell us a little about that.
A big businessman.
I was doing some glass work around, some glass bathrooms with just frameless glass, yes. And sandblasting designs on the glass.
Here is a kids?
Yes.
Yeah. He's here in business now. He does this work all over.
Yeah, I came down to install a cross at on Hope Chapel for their anniversary.
Yes. Make it do. I see also that you have skills as a plumber, electrician, tiler, and all
Yeah,
of
I
that.
do all of that stuff, yes.
So there are houses that exist or buildings that
I've done renovations for, yes.
Yeah, well, Sam, I think that it's established that the man is he should be nominated for a national honor. I'm serious. I mean,
Yeah. But the fact all those people got national honors, right? All the people that for the other symbols, they don't have national honor. I think they did that. They did George's posthumous.
just last year I think.
Yeah. For the 40th
Yeah.
anniversary.
Yeah.
For the 40th
Right.
anniversary, they did that.
Yeah. Well, let me just share with the public some other things here. Woody Val, what should I say? Woody Val or Woody Grill?
Woody Ball is fine.
Woody Val, Woody Grill. He was the first reggae king in St. Kitts in 1971.
Yeah, that's
Which means he was a little boy at the time, a youngster. All right? Woody Val, ladies and gentlemen, this is my baby, of course. He initiated the first remedial program at Bastille Junior High School.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, that alone deserves some recognition.
Yeah.
He started the program for remedial students at then junior high school.
That's a big one.
That's a big one. Because
Yeah.
nowadays, if you were to do that at some of the schools, you're going to include almost all the students in
Yeah,
it.
first of all, Brian used to call me in his office and say, what can I do for these guys who just be hanging out in the park?
Right. So that's an excellent thing that you did. I mean, to this date, we still have the need for remedial programs because there's so many students who are entering high school
Right.
Absolutely.
at the remedial level.
Absolutely.
They cannot
They don't have to have an
operate
academic
at high school level,
Yeah.
and they're being sent up automatically socially,
but should have a
which
skill.
is a dangerous thing, but it keeps happening.
Yeah.
And so what you did was really an excellent starter program.
Yes.
It's a pity we haven't built on that and got to a point where we can save so many of these students, and most of whom are boys, by the way, are males, so that we can reduce the amount of marginalization that occurs as a result of their being remedial students.
Yes. And I was also part of TEFLEP as well too.
Woody Val, ladies and gentlemen, produced the first carnival magazine in St. Kitts.
Yes, with
The first carnival magazine.
Melvin Edwards, yes, on the Melvin Edwards. Okay.
Working with Melvin Edwards. He was the first person to design 7 album covers in 1 year. The man is a man of first.
Yeah.
The man is a man of ability. And I'm saying it's not difficult to place him in a context within which it is easy for him to construct a motto. And we heard that his other submission, or that he thought of submitting, progress through toil. That itself, and who knows, somebody might copy that sometime someplace now that they hear it.
Yeah.
Progress through toil as their national motto.
Right.
As their motto.
I've been a ghostwriter for several singers during Carnival as well, over the years, yes.
Well, people need to know that, because I have known, well, so many people have received honors and medals and awards over the years, and none of them, well, not sorry, I take that back, many of them do not approximate that kind of quality and quantity that you have produced in St. Kitts. And I'm saying here and now that Woodville is a good candidate, a solid candidate, Quinn, for a national honor.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be Michael Blake to make the nomination, the formal nomination, that is going to happen. And so, country above self is a motto that St. Kitts uses, and I don't think a day passes when somebody
say that.
repeats it.
That's
And somebody does not use it to make a point,
To buttress.
to support an argument, to mount a platform for
for the
Yeah.
political.
All right.
And for election.
to suggest exactly, all right, to suggest that is what we need to do, all right, and it ties in so closely with John F. Kennedy's mantra or
That's
his
not what the
statement.
country can
Right,
do for
it's
you.
not what your country can do for you.
What you can do for your
Well,
country.
That is country of self,
Yeah,
right there.
that is country above self.
In 3 words, didn't have to take as many words.
Yeah,
John F. Kennedy.
like I was saying off here, a friend of mine, a Rotarian, sent me the Rotary motto. He says over 100 years now. It is service above self.
Right,
You know?
right. Okay, country above self, ladies and gentlemen. You can't ask for anything better. And we have the author right here with us. We'll take a break now, and perhaps when we come back, we will be about to open the lines, because we really like to hear from you on this matter.
Found the sound 98.9. Win FM.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people, Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices, Rams is always here. We want your loyalty, Rams is always here. We are community, we are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
Okay, only 50, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for sticking and staying with us. We're back with you. We were in the midst of explaining to you the number of activities and involvements which characterize Woodville's existence. Let me continue by reminding you that he was one of St. Kitts' premier photographer. All right? Which means that if he had stayed in St. Kitts all his life, he might have been rivaling Willett.
Oh no, well, Willett used to come East Street for me to evaluate his photographs and so on.
Imagine that. Cheese and bread.
Yeah, he'd walk from Market Street to East Street, and
But I see that you were also a founding member and the player of Newtown football team And you also played with Chelsea.
Yeah.
So you're man is a sportsman as well.
Yeah.
You must have been.
I used to play against Sam.
When did you only gone to boys' school?
Look, he is the perfect example of what you call a well-rounded
Absolutely.
individual.
Absolutely. And I need to, if I hadn't already submitted the book, I just completed a biography of Obadiah Williams. I would have included you as one of his outstanding
yeah.
alumni.
Students.
Yeah.
Huh?
Definitely.
You have a
I'm
caller.
sorry I was learning that.
You have a caller.
Okay, let's take this call. Good morning, ma'am or sir.
Good morning, Mikey.
Yes.
And good morning to Sam and Woody.
Hello.
Think
Good
it's
morning.
young people, them Woody and Sam. They wouldn't understand who Woody be and his contribution before he left here in the early years. I personally feel that he is a prime candidate for that. You understand? Woody contributing football, Woody contributing community service, head of the craft house. Well, man, I can remember the jerseys there at Palm Hill with Woody. Woody produced song for half of a long time Calypsonian them when we was a kid going up the jerseys. Before Elimat time, watching Woody Val as a youngster, talented individual. Sam will know. Maybe Mikey wouldn't know much, but he is a prime candidate, and I want to endorse it 250%. But not just Woody. We must do at least 4 persons and move on, because this politics thing gonna done with. We just stand on a politician. We gotta look for people who contribute. King Elimat, Woody Val, the boy from Nevis, Camilla Willett, and it goes on. It goes on. Miss Carrot is the joke store. We got to do something. I'm politician. Hey, Woody, let me tell you something, Sam. This need a town hall before Independence Day. You need a town hall because these politicians failing us, and we're going to play with these things. Have a good morning. Mikey, you take care.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. In other words, Woody is an unsung
Yeah.
national
Hero.
hero.
Yeah.
And that has to be corrected. All right? So, I myself am amazed, Woody, to tell you the truth, that you... Okay. Let's take this other caller. Well,
Morning.
good morning to you.
Yes, I want a second jam down. I want to endorse Woody Valley. Just put on my radio and I hear him talking about indoors, but I know Woody Valley is a good man. We were neighbor and he's very good in whatever he do. So, Woody,
Hello.
this is Jacqueline.
Oh, Jacqueline, how are you?
I'm good. We were neighbor for a very long time, and I know
Nice.
you from small
That's
growing up.
true. We grew up
Was
like sisters
a
and
very
brothers,
good
yeah.
man. Yes.
So, Jackie,
You used to,
if we were to launch a petition demanding that
Yeah.
Woody achieves gets his recognition, you won't hesitate to sign it.
If what?
If we were to launch a document asking people to sign to say that Woody deserves recognition and an award and so on, you would not hesitate to sign it.
Oh, no, not at all.
Thank you.
Not at all. And I will also encourage people, because I know Woody Val from long time growing up, and him with long time with the labor thing, I used to see him printing these big hands saying power to the people and T-shirts for people.
Oh, yeah?
So Woody was a good, yes.
Okay.
He used to go the hand on the T-shirt and print it out for them. So that's how I know Woody is a very good man. So are you? Endorse Woody Val. Woody, you have a blessed day, okay?
Thank you. Same to you.
Very good, very good. Right. I was thinking that, Sam, that is one road we could take. We have a petition and we
Well,
launch a
think
petition.
that was suggested some time ago. I don't
I'm in
know.
favor of it. Okay.
I'm not that many favor. I'll do anything. I mean, I don't understand really. I really don't understand what this is about. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I just get vexed,
Yeah. I really think that
This is so unjust.
so what's the next step? I mean, practically.
Well, I don't know. What I tell Woody is that I ain't waiting on the government.
Jam down, you're suggesting town hall meeting.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we could organize that and see if that will take. But I don't have people interested in these things, That's the trouble
Yeah,
about
that is
it.
true. That is true.
I don't have people conscious and aware how important these things to the national psyche and the national. You know, I don't think people.
The thing is, this man has contributed significantly, right? And because of the contribution that he has made, for instance, with that country above self, it is known. I agree with Mr. Sam Kanda. I can't understand. I am baffled as to why others will be given accolades and recognition, but he is exempt. It doesn't really.
And there's no alternative claim. There's no counter claim. There's nobody ever say all my life, and I've been around here for a long time. I never hear nobody say they do that. And I've been intimately involved in the thing.
Well, let me repeat again. Okay, let's take this other caller. Welcome, caller.
Good day to everybody and greetings to everybody in Jesus Christ's name. Now, Mr. Blake?
Yes, sir.
You said something that I would like to correct.
Yes.
Okay? All of those mottos that you named out that glorify God, they are superior to our motto. Our motto is inferior to them. Those that glorify God.
Okay. How did they glorify God? You mean by mentioning God?
Our motto,
just a minute, Greg. Your contention is that by mentioning the word God, they're glorifying God.
Well, not just by mentioning the name God, but what they said in context in mentioning the name
No,
God.
there's no in context. They mention the word God, and it seems to me that you're suggesting that because the word God is mentioned, that they're glorifying God. Let me remind you that there's so many persons who use the name God right in the midst of filthy curse words. Right in the midst of filthy curse words, they mention the name God. Would you consider that to be glorifying God?
And they're going to find themselves in hell
mention God in a positive way. Those mottos mention God in a positive way. They ain't just mentioning God, they mention God in a very positive way. And that made them superior to our motto.
Okay.
Our motto should have been the scriptures first, others second, and self last.
Say that again, please.
The scriptures first, others second, and self last. Would have been a far better motto.
Yeah, but the time done gone for that. We talking about the motto what we have.
Yeah, but not anything can change. Anything can change.
You can't change the motto though.
That's it, Greg?
Thank you for the time. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Bear in mind that is his opinion.
Of course.
Yeah, I know.
That's his opinion, yeah. I just wanted to correct him. No, I mean, if he felt that by just mentioning the word God, that means that
yeah,
God
because
is being glorified.
in fact the Bible said not everyone who call the name of God.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so many people use it in their
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, I'll tell you when there's a call.
Right, okay. Where was I? Right, I was saying that I myself did not question the author of the motto. I did not question who was the author of the motto. You know, when I began to get involved and concerned and interested and aware of what's going on, you know, from sixth form moving on. I did not question it because, like I said, I thought it was the same person who had done it. But let's take this other caller. So I would have been questioning it from
Good
way back
morning,
then.
Michael. How are you?
Hey, Sister Amy, I'm fine, thank you.
And good morning to all the other members there.
Good morning.
Good morning. Greetings.
Now, you see, what we don't bear in mind, the Bible says, a prophet has no honor in his own country. Everybody knew that Georges had written this thing, and he was honored after he was dead. He did not die 2 years after he wrote it, you know. You understand what I'm saying?
That is true.
Can you recall what year he was honored?
Actually, he got the official honor on in December 24.
Yes, well, you wouldn't believe. He just was in St. Kitts, right? And you know, Shipham James Street, and I live down Nevis Street. It's just 2 houses away.
Right. Just to confirm what you just said, the thing is, I lived in East Street. Kenrick lived in Sebastian Street, and she lived in James Street. So the three of us.
Don't shop up with these people. We have done. And I don't stand wait. The Millionaire Street. Please come out. Anyway, what I was saying, she said, me send me Leonard. I couldn't believe.
I didn't get that.
So we like to
She
wait
said
until our
he just
people
spoke
dead.
to her.
Our people have to die. You understand? Now, even these people pictures should be put in the schools. So the children, Idris, who is Idris? Who is Georges? But we like to give it to other people. We could put people's name on our street, on our buildings. They haven't done much other than help themselves to loot our country.
Right. But Mrs.
So
Henry,
they're waiting until Woody Val, you either got to hurry up and die,
Okay.
or will the motto to your children.
Okay.
Mrs. Henry, how do you suggest, what do you think we should do or should be done?
You shouldn't do nothing. Who's supposed to do? No.
Yes.
Who was there and did not do? They know. They know.
Yeah, that is
Nobody
what-
ever
That is
contended.
what Sam is saying. That is what Sam is saying.
I wouldn't put a name on a paper. He's not asking for the government headquarters building, you know.
Right.
He's asking to be recognized for what he do. And if there is no appreciation, you don't got to beg for it. Why should anybody beg for it? Did anybody claim it?
I think the problem arose when the committee presented the
Because they didn't
symbols.
think much.
And they did
Maybe
not.
if I'm
They
just-
just said, well,
yeah.
we could
I-
use
I-
this.
I think that was
This
the
was
problem.
submitted, and we
Let me
could
tell
use
you.
this because it was submitted. It's now the government. It belonged to the country or
I
something.
heard
and they just
the
use
with
it.
the foolishness. That's foolishness. In other countries, they could have taken legal action, you know. Stop them from using it. You know what I mean?
That's a
But
form
that
of.
is
That's a question I wanted to ask Willie, but after Mrs. Henry would have left. Just a minute, let her finish up.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, look, we give a cricketer what acre land and all that kind of foolishness. We have Kim Collins who did his best. What we do? Politics and kill us and kill this country. Maybe Woody was not active enough in the politics. No, but it's true. But you know, what's his name? Idris was sent to study by Howell and they.
Yeah.
So they put Pam on that. They put Pam on Kim. They put Pam on. You understand? So you either got to go convert and go by the labor altar. Now Mr. Conde is there. Mr. Conde was in power. He was in Parliament. Was this 89?
Yeah, 89.
Yeah, when they won. So he has no excuse. No.
But he says he has been putting this forward on numerous occasions.
From when? From when? If the man said he wrote it before 89, you either
It was done
credit-
in the late 70s is when it was done.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But Sam said he did not know, and when he became aware, then he started to push
As soon as
it.
he
So
launched
if you
he
listen
launched
to
a
what
campaign.
if you listen to what he said, I can follow his
Yeah, but that
argument.
don't make no sense.
Yeah, as soon as he found out Mrs. Henry, he launched a campaign.
All I am saying, if Rudy Val was of a different ethnic group,
You're right with
different
that too.
nationality.
You're right with that too. That
Yeah.
statement is correct as well.
all right, tell us
Don't get yourself in a
what
trouble.
the Zen to forsake it.
So-
The man, he has the Zen way. The man who owned the Marriott building. Mr. Southwell, whose idea and thing to the golf course, where's his name? Astapan was the minister, where's Astapan's name? I mean, we have no respect for our people, you understand? We have no respect. Don't ask nobody else, Mr. Man. You hear me? You wrote it. Just claim it.
Okay.
You're not gonna get it because you see what they're looking for you to bow down and beg. For why is yours? And the thing sounds so good. By the way, don't take on Gregory, yeah? I mean, country about self call for sacrifice.
Sure, it does. Yeah.
That's what
And
it called for, you know?
it's-
He ain't called for who get
the
and who ain't
the
get.
truth is,
Let her finish. Let her finish. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, Mrs. Henry.
No, I'm saying the motto call for sacrifice. I have heard people of that same party said they must change it.
They're going to change
Never
what?
heard that one.
Change the motto?
Yes,
Well, I thought there should be changes to almost all
I
the
have
national
heard
symbols.
prominent, I think the person was the party organizer for the Labour Party.
Yeah, but I could agree with the motto will not change.
He said
I would
they
argue
should change it. More than one person in that party says so. But if you think that it does not epitomize our people, if we are to go forward, we've got to make sacrifice.
Yeah.
It don't mean hang yourself.
Yeah, but finish up,
It
Mr.
means-
Henry. Finish up, please.
I know, so I would not support no petition. Nobody beg for what it is.
Okay.
That's begging.
All right.
So Woody Val, you wrote it, let it go at that.
Thank you.
I couldn't believe when he just tell me, she said, Mr. You know all of these years. And everybody know the one who wrote the anthem, and you wait, the man was not sick from after the day. Years the man was up doing all kind of great things. And no recognition, please.
Yeah.
Do not beg for anything. Don't beg for what is yours.
Okay. Yes, Rudy, you were saying. When I stopped you, sorry.
No, I was saying, like it says, from a civic point of view, what he's talking to, making sacrifices and so on, that is what would probably, I don't know why she's saying they're talking about changing it, because maybe some people's, they say, well, boy, I know if I want to deal with this as a representative or something of that sort, because they say my conscience won't allow me to even say it.
But I've heard that somebody or bodies were planning to launch a crusade to change a lot of our national symbols, but only two would remain, the motto and the anthem.
Okay.
That the coat of arms should change, the national bird should change, the national flowers should change, the national dress should change,
National
the
dish.
national dish for sure should change, and we don't have a national animal apart from a national bird.
I thought you said the pelican was the...
Well, that's the national bird. Is
Yeah.
that our national animal? Because someone
Okay, the bird, right.
the green velvet monkey is our national animal.
Talking about the velvet monkey, I actually did the velvet monkey and the pelican on my design, my design that I submitted.
That you submitted?
Yes, so it had the green velvet, and what I did was change the palm tree as well, the coconut tree, and make it more realistic, and the sugar cane as well. I made it look more
Because those were
realistic.
already on our
The
statehood
previous,
plan.
yeah, the previous coat of arms.
Statehood coat of arms.
Well, that's another discussion though, whether really it is time, as we approach our 50th anniversary of independence, to revisit and with a view to changing these national symbols.
One point
Because personally, I really think the national dish should change immediately, if not sooner.
One point I agree with Miss Henry on is that you shouldn't have to beg for what you've done. Some people seem to feel that once we are of this darker pigmentation, we must beg.
These national symbols.
What?
Objectionable, and disrespectful. That he looking. In fact, he said that I say I've been looking for it and I haven't found anything. That says everything about the author who making the claim. I mean, I don't.
The General said that?
Yeah, no, not AG, the CABSEC.
Oh.
The CABSEC. That says it all about, the claim by the author and the people. I mean, you want nothing more disrespectful
That's
than that.
insulting.
You have another caller, though.
But let's take this caller. That's absolutely obnoxious.
Yeah.
Hello, caller.
Yeah, Mikey.
Yes. Talk to me.
Yeah, Mikey.
Talk to me.
This is Jam Down again.
Yes.
I want to ask Sam a question. Sam, who is Fort Zante? Who is Fort Zante?
Who?
Because I personally
For
feel it's supposed to change,
Oh, yeah.
We have Punken. We have Frank Tyson. Risk their life between St. Nevis running Christine over the years. Had to stand about last. Frank survived. Punken ain't survived. And not honor, no recognize, not even go over there and give them a plate of food. Politicians keep failing us. Some again, when you tell Rudy, don't get in trouble. This is a citizen. So we don't get in trouble, not citizens.
No, you don't.
He don't
Jam-
tackle in
jam
the
down.
country. Look at that miscarriage. Putin name should name off for Ponzante. Who is Ponzante? Samuel sit down in the cabinet, you know.
Yeah. That's it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You have another caller?
No,
Sorry.
no.
You see,
I don't want to go. I
that, you remember
she-
what she was
Of
making
course,
the point?
but what
yeah.
does it mean again?
Yeah,
What is it supposed to mean again?
I don't know. I know they gave it, but I don't.
Like, I must have a meaning. You don't
Yeah,
understand
I
what the
remember.
meaning is.
I
And then why
remember.
not the meaning?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think that gave a meaning, but I can't recall right
Zante
now.
may be an African or Caribbean. I don't know.
Not Port Marcus. Not Port. For Marcus, some people tell you
Yeah, yeah.
and so on. Port Zante.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Port La Amiga then, but Port
Yeah,
Zante.
Amiga, yeah.
Anyway.
But I'll make one point. What
Yeah.
that Miss Henry was making, because like I say, I had the opportunity to interact, not only with Rudy like I'm doing now, but I interacted intimately with Idris about
Right.
the same complaint, and Kenrick Georges. When I was up in New York, I mean, they came to discuss, they don't understand why is it, I mean, we just have to find a way of recognizing, people's.
No. I wanna make this proposition here. Do we have to wait, Sam, to tell the truth? I mean, we know that it's the government that bestows the national honors.
Yeah, right.
But does
Nobody
the
else
country
could do
general
it.
have to wait on the government in order to give Rudy what can you say?
Well,
Can't a group of us, including business and NGOs and civil society,
Yeah.
come together and give Rudy an award that is equivalent or tantamount to that kind of recognition?
No, nothing could be equivalent to the
You don't think so?
No. Yeah, no.
Because I'm wondering if there's an alternative.
Nothing. No. There's no alternative to that. Like I say, I don't intend to go on with
It
this
has to come from
anymore.
cabinet.
Yeah, it has to come from the government. That's the official. I mean, is the
It's a
government?
traditional route.
Eh?
It's a traditional route, but is it the only route?
There's no other way of doing it.
No?
How are we going to do that?
I don't know.
It doesn't mean the same. It can't mean the same thing. The government is the the people in charge of the national.
The ultimate authority. is
Yeah,
the
the ultimate authority. I mean, we can't. Nobody else could do that. I mean, like you have, like you mentioned, the Carnival Award. That's different.
Yeah.
And the other thing, but a national award. I mean, that's why I'm so proud of the Labour government of 1994 to create the National Honours Act. I think
Yeah.
we should have that
Before.
a long time. And so on all those things, I'm proud of those things. And, we want to, get in our psyche, the nation building and inspiring future generations and so on. That's what the National Honours Act and all those things supposed to mean. And that's why I think, Woody, I mean, there's no dispute. I mean, the fact that that is not recorded that's the government problem.
Yes.
When I say the government is continuous.
But that is the question I asked you, rhetorical question earlier. It must be government that's responsible
Yeah.
for ensuring that these
Yeah.
records
I mean,
are not only kept. but
Somebody
are
suggests to
accessible.
me that I should, and maybe I'll do that. I should go back to the newspapers, and see if around that time.
Yeah, if it's mentioned somewhere.
If-
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Let me help
With
you.
the
Let's-
spokesman and the Democrat.
And whatever else existed at the time.
And see
Yeah.
if we find.
I'll be glad to help assist in
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
in that
yeah.
area.
But
Let's take a commercial break and come right back in a minute or two.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Ready to save while you build? Now you can at Builders Paradise. Yes, shoppers, build up your Value Club points at Builders Paradise. That's right, Value Club members and shoppers, your favorite frequent buyer club is now available at the home of hardware and more. Whether you're laying tiles, painting walls, replacing doors, upgrading windows, or fixing up your home, every purchase at Builders Paradise now earns you Value Club points. Enjoy exclusive benefits like discounts on thousands of items, special savings for seniors, instant deals, quarterly rebates, plus an extra up to 2% off every quarter. Shop more, save more, earn more, only at Builders Paradise. Don't miss out. Start building your rewards today with Value Club at Builders Paradise, because every bolt, board, and brush brings you closer to bigger, better savings. Terms and conditions apply.
Flow customers, unlock big prepaid rewards every time you activate a prepaid plan. Activate a 7-day plan or higher and earn points towards your rewards. Activate again, earn even more points. Activate next week, well, you get the picture. The more you activate, the more extra data and prizes you earn. Get in on the big prepaid rewards. Dial *129 # or visit topupflow.com to activate a prepaid plan today.
Thank you for being with us, remaining with us, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on Voices, and we are talking about a case for recognition. We want to ensure that the creator, the author of the national motto, Country Above Self, gets the recognition, gets the appreciation, gets the formal acknowledgement that he so rightly and richly deserves. Call us and tell us what your views are. How do you think we should proceed with this matter? How do we solve it? How do we put to rest this vexing issue? Because, believe it or not, that has to be done. Natural justice demands it. Okay? And we want to ensure that that happens.
Now, Mr. Rudy, back to you were
Yes.
saying off here when we had a discussion in relation to heat waves. You were saying why they didn't jump off.
Yes. The truth is,
The heat wave, man, boy.
a lot of, quite a few people, in St. Kitts probably don't never heard of heat waves or some. The truth is, why heat waves really did not take off the way it should have, like Elimat did, Elimat and this, and even Earth-Tone, I think, and so on. People probably remember Earth-Tone, but Elimat and these guys had gone to Canada for the festival up there. Caribano. And they've done Eastern Parkway.
Yeah, Labor Day.
They actually got to Trinidad too for Carnival.
Yeah.
You know?
Mash up Trinidad.
The truth is, the members that comprise heat waves were teachers and bank managers and those kind of people. And so
I remember Juicy Byron, the former AG, giving a eulogy for Hugo Williams, who I think he said Hugo Williams was the manager or something of the band.
He became the manager for the band.
And they were all, like he said, professionals who, they did it out of sacrifice and
love for the music.
And love for country and music.
Because they really didn't have the time, like, I remember him making that point. And he gave a lot of credit to Hugo in terms of the organizing of the boys and the guys and making
But these
sure
are professionals in their own right.
He was a lawyer as well.
Yeah, Terry was the thing.
He played keyboards at some point.
You have a
Juicy
caller.
played keyboards at some point.
Okay, we'll take this caller and see what she has to say. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning to you, gentlemen.
Hey, bud.
Let me go straight to it. The gentleman in the studio who's trying to get that recognition,
Yes.
I'm going to put in something very formal, very fundamental. The man even sounds like he is a great father figure. Definitely.
He sounds like a great father figure.
Just like how we've seen our youth going astray, we need to maybe get him involved in some type of mentorship program. And definitely we have a problem recognizing different persons who have contributed in different areas in society. We only see our politicians are getting recognized. Why is that? And there was a school in St. Kitts that was renamed recently. I'm not discrediting the person that got that accolade, but what happened to the other persons? There's head teachers, there's regular teachers that put in like 20, 30 years in education, and, they need to break the gender divide as well. We're not even recognizing any women in our federation. To the caller that called in before, let me go straight over to Nevis, and I'm going to go into cricket, if you allow me 30 seconds at least. We have a wall of fame over there for West Indies cricketers, and believe it or not, one of my childhood heroes is not on that wall. Derek Perry, 12 international tests and 6 one-day international. 12 test matches, 6 one-day international. And we gotta break away from this, man. We gotta find a way to recognize other persons. And to the guy in the studio, he sounded real genuine, and I asked him to keep pushing. And those persons who are hugging the credit right now, why can't they be honest and say how did they get to hug that credit? And this man has submitted his submissions. There must be records of his submissions, and there should have been proper record keeping in terms of minutes and all of those meetings they may have in terms of when they was trying to select those motto for the country going independence. And I really want to wish the guys the best and wish him the best going forward. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Yeah, I think the authorities should apologize to Woody for not having having lost those records, after not having kept those records in order. And
they're supposed to be there.
Right?
Yeah.
But like I said...
and they can't find nothing, so he's a fraud.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, that's all the water. No, I'm wondering, can Woody legally...
No, he can't.
Demand?
No, he can't. Do not. That's what the Attorney General told me.
Well, that is considered intellectual property, but the way it was done, back then, it was just a matter of like saying you submitted this thing in a competition that the government is running. It's
so it automatically becomes
and it becomes
possession.
their property.
All entries, not just the middle one.
No.
All of the entries.
Everything is government property after that.
So that for me, although I did not make a big thing about it, is just the fact that I felt that pride in knowing that what I submitted was used.
Of course.
It wasn't to go on and say, no, I did that, blah, blah, and I should begin this, blah, blah.
Therefore, the authorities should be anxious and very desirous of
seeing
that the man gets what
I think for proper documentation of history, that it should be.
Of course, that's the point. 34 years from now, our children say, what's the motto? In fact, we were in ZIZ one morning, and with Jazzy D, and a teacher called in. She said, "I'm so pleased." You have a call there?
Yes, sir.
Let go ahead.
Hello, voices.
Yes, hello. Yes, I'm going to say this quickly. When I said that these things that mention God meant that biblically glorify God, they are superior to our motto. That is what I meant when I say all those motto that Blake named out that mention God. It was just another way of saying that biblically glorify God of the God of the Bible. And that, like I said, they all are superior to ours. Those that glorify God biblically. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. That's the same point you made earlier, basically. But no problem, Greg. We respect your opinion.
Yeah. When you point in a point, you make it twice.
Get it sharp.
Where were we? You were saying something.
No,
you were saying even the teacher.
Yeah, the teacher called in and she said, I was having a class and I was able to tell them that Kenny Georges did the national anthem and Aegis Lewis, whatever her name is, did the flag, but I didn't know who did the motto. So I'm pleased to hear that. Right. She actually called into the program.
And so it is it is the fault of the authorities.
Yeah.
The ruling director.
Yeah.
Not to be able to tell the schools who the authors of these symbols are, who the authors are. It is their fault. It can't be the persons who created them, because they are the ones who received the submissions.
And neither does it take away from the person who created it either. So there's no relevance in you saying, well, okay, the government owned it, but yes, the government now owns it. But there must be clarity as to who created it in the first
place. But there are no grounds, in my view, from my thinking of this thing. There are no grounds for the government not to accept Woody's claim.
No.
Especially with someone like Sam Kondo, who former minister.
I wouldn't say that.
Yes, because I would say that, Mr. Kondo. Here's why I would say.
Okay.
You have documented verbally how you got aware of it and what you have done since. So that is a sort of validation in itself.
Sam, you and I, we're going to examine the papers.
I'm going to look and see. I'm going to look and see. I'm going to go back to the newspaper.
Have another call.
Yeah, let's take this other caller. Hello, caller.
Yes, I just want to input one more thing before you guys get off.
Yes.
We need to establish a cricket hall of fame. And much respect to Derek Parry, El Comida Willett, and Livingston Sargent. And thanks to you guys, man. Have a good day.
Okay.
But there's so many things we need to do to recognize our people.
Yeah.
I don't understand why up to now we haven't renamed George Street for Elimat, for example, or for even for Kenrick himself. I mean, do people know for whom George Street is named? I submitted a list.
No, that was the English, I suppose, English.
A king.
English.
Yeah, king, one of the kings.
I asked a question recently when I can't remember the name of this individual who came and sat here, and I asked him, I said, so are you saying that you're going to wait until Elimat dies before you give him some accolade? Is that what you're saying? Because we must ask the question, when people have contributed to such significant extent, why do we always seem to wait until they die? So here we have a man who has contributed, and you don't even want to give him recognition.
Yeah, but not only that, at the same time, we insist on retaining the names of people who were racist bloodsuckers.
That's it.
People who
That's
were
it.
enslavers.
That's it.
People who were plantation owners.
Fines Avenue.
People who thought that we don't deserve, that we're not human beings,
Yeah.
that we were chattel.
Yeah.
And we insist on retaining
Holding
the
on
names of
to
our
those.
streets
That
and
is a
villages
valid
and
point.
estates
Yes,
to this date.
That is a
But the
valid point.
persons with whom we are familiar and who would have made such a invaluable contribution, we are not giving them the kind of recognition they deserve. It's an upside down thing, right? And
It's about consciousness.
Sorry?
It's about consciousness.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
consciousness.
And to that extent, we're really not promoting our country because we need to let our youngsters know that these are the individuals with whom they need to associate, of whom they ought to be proud.
And yes.
And so when we look at Roxborough, for example, when we look at Sadlers,
Yes.
whether it be streets or names,
Yes.
when we look at George Street, when we look at Fines and St. Johnson and Boone,
And King
Mr.
Street.
Boone was known to be a man who hated Kitchens, who hated black people, to the extent where he had a wall that black people, Kitchens used to sit down on the Bearwood, broken down, because he didn't like the idea of walking across the road that he went to the cenotaph, which I understand was by where the treasury is now, and the people seeing them, they're laughing and talking and chatting. So he had the wall broken down.
And
So they couldn't sit there.
Remember
But
Warner
we still have
Park
Boone
also.
Avenue and
Warner Park.
the place is littered with them. Right? But nothing for, up to now, I named my first son for Marcus of the Woods, by the way. My
Yeah.
first son.
Okay.
Right? Nothing for Marcus. Nothing for Beto Douglas. Nothing for Jim. These are fellows who created conditions for slaves to escape,
Yes.
for slaves to resist. These are persons who ensured that slaves understood, that the Negroes understood that their lot was not ordained by God as,
Yes.
as others would have their thing.
Yeah.
But nothing for them.
Right.
Then we come right up to modern times with people like Elimat and Georges and Kayumba and so on.
And Rudy
Nothing
Val.
for them. And Rudy. and nothing for them. I remember recommending that this village community center be named for Sam when it was built.
Yeah.
And Sam said, no, he's not in that.
No.
Sam objected to that. I remember that well. I was the one who said, Sam.
Yeah, I remember that up to this day.
Yeah.
And,
Sam said no.
I don't
Maybe
want
some
anything.
people think it should be done posthumously. That's all.
Well, I don't know.
And I don't want nothing posthumously. I don't want anything.
That's all Castro. Castro made it clear. Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro. He said, nothing, don't name anything for me. Neither, well, certainly not while I'm alive, but not when I'm dead either. So to this date, nothing is named for Fidel Castro.
I heard Kenny Anthony saying the same thing the other day.
Give me the flowers while I'm living here.
But
Well, let's take a bit of a commercial break. And
sorry, we'll take a commercial break here again, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with you afterwards. I keep forgetting that.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Ready to save while you build? Now you can at Builders Paradise. Yes, shoppers, build up your Value Club points at Builders Paradise. That's right, Value Club members and shoppers, your favorite frequent buyer club is now available at the home of hardware and more. Whether you're laying tiles, painting walls, replacing doors, upgrading windows, or fixing up your home, every purchase at Builders Paradise now earns you Value Club points. Enjoy exclusive benefits like discounts on thousands of items, special savings for seniors, instant deals, quarterly rebates, plus an extra up to 2% off every quarter. Shop more, save more, earn more, only at Builders Paradise. Don't miss out. Start building your rewards today with Value Club at Builders Paradise, because every bolt, board, and brush brings you closer to bigger, better savings. Terms and conditions apply.
Flow customers, unlock big prepaid rewards every time you activate a prepaid plan. Activate a 7-day plan or higher and earn points towards your rewards. Activate again, earn even more points. Activate next week, well, you get the picture. The more you activate, the more extra data and prizes you earn. Get in on the big prepaid rewards. Dial *129 or visit topupflow.com to activate a prepaid plan today.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for remaining with us. Now, some of you might be asking yourselves, why didn't Woody himself make a statement or make a claim at the time when these symbols were adopted upon the attainment of independence? Woody will explain that.
Well, what happened is that I left St. Kitts in 1980 and had gone to England and was studying in England. I was doing graphics, reproduction, and so on. And
I think you said you met Sam while he was studying at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, we got together several times. We went by his home and so.
Okay.
By my mom, yeah. And then I left England and went to America as well. So
Right.
that during the time that we became independent, I was then in America around 83.
Oh, okay. So you were not here at the
I was
time?
not in the country at the time, yes.
Right. And do you remember when you came to St. Kitts, the earliest you came to St. Kitts after that? After independence? Was it the same year, the year after, 10 years later?
I came back, I think, for my maybe 50th birthday or so.
When was that?
2004 or so.
Oh, so you came long after?
Yeah.
Okay, because it might have been a different series of developments if Woody were physically present.
Physically present. Yeah, it could have made a difference. Yeah,
I don't think it would have made any difference.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, because he would have been on the ground to be able to.
Okay. You're right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, like I say, he went in 1980 and you came back in
I mean,
in 2004.
One or two visits.
Yeah.
That's 20 years later.
Yeah,
Imagine in 1983 when these symbols were adopted.
Yeah.
Of course you would have been able to say, hey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
How come I'm not? My name is.
I agree.
Supported the party in power.
I agree.
And Nevis was there and say.
I agree.
Look,
I agree. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Dr. Simmons, the Prime
Yeah.
Minister,
I
would have
take
had to
that back.
recognize that not is that.
Yeah.
This is why I believe we still need to have a chat with him. But
We're going to try that as well.
I want to share with the public the lyrics of the song that Woody submitted at our 35th year of independence. Right? It says, through struggle and determination, we have forged our twin islands into molds of hope and great promise for generations to come. In a world where threats and criminality equal progress and opportunity, we can't despair, but forward on and emerge from isolation as only time can prove our resolution. And the course goes like this. For 35 years, we have much to show. 35 years maturing as we go, making changes as we go along. Unity makes us strong and help us rid our lands of strife and corruption. Again, in keeping
with the team. That's the man. That's his life. That's his philosophy.
Did you sing this song yourself? Or you wrote it was for another collection?
No, he said it was a ghostwriter.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah. So I really am I'm impressed, and I must use this forum to say congratulations for all your very useful and positive involvement.
Thank you.
And contribution to our country.
I mean, I am hard pressed to find someone who approximates, like I said, this kind of
Yeah.
all-round
Yeah, yeah.
positive, constructive
Yeah,
development.
that's right.
I had no idea until Sam mentioned him to me and shared his
but
document.
that is why, like
and I
you
want to
say,
congratulate you.
a lot of people would
Because-
say, is your name Rudy Van?
Right, yeah. I remember hearing your name, like I said, as a youngster earlier, but I couldn't identify the individual, and now I know that you were it's just amazing. Well, for example, you say that you were involved with a number of bands, including Thunderbirds, GI's Brass, Carnation Sierra Radio Steel Band, Texaco Maple Leaf Steel Band, Coca-Cola Steel Orchestra, Heat Waves, Modern Image, Cool Rhythms, Inversion Band, Trinidad Stars, Main Event, Dub Research, Roots Medic. I mean, it's just amazing. How could one individual be so actively involved?
But that's a bit of history there, because a lot of those bands I don't even know.
Well, certainly I'm not familiar with quite a few.
Yeah, some of the last set from Trinidad Stars, those are bands in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Oh,
But I went to Ghana. I went to Ghana for to play music with a group called Kabudi Project, and that was a jazz and blues festival in Ghana, West Africa, in 22.
Sam, this is a man who is, like I said, a really outstanding candidate
And
for
you
an
know,
award.
I really want to thank Quinn and Miss Wilkin and WinFM, you know, because I can't hear, I mean, I can't get this kind of publicity and advertisement, you know. Nobody willing to make this available. And I want to thank Miss Wilkin because, I mean, you know, Mikey, that several times we were approaching, we had a Saturday, a couple Saturdays ago, which didn't work out. And then I called her, said, we can't do that. And she said, but Sam, what's story that, man? You confusing my program. I said, could I get a Monday? She said, okay, I have to consult with Socrates because Socrates is Monday, Socrates there. She called back, she said Socrates is available and he would allow us to do it and so on. In fact, I wanted the last Saturday. She said she can't give me that Saturday because it was, what his name?
Chesley.
Chesley Day and so on. So, I mean, they have done so much adjustment to accommodate us. And so I want to thank them, you know, for really doing this. I really appreciate it.
And it's a good thing. It's a good thing we've done it, because if he's still alive and people are questioning and bantering all over the place, you could imagine if he was dead.
No.
Yeah, well, I'm satisfied. I'm confident now, Sam and Rudy yourself, that something is going to happen.
I believe something is going to happen. Yeah, I believe something. Something has to happen.
It might happen for this very year, this very month, because this movement is important, and I think it has already begun to achieve some important feedback.
This is something that I've agonized about, you know, and prayed about, you know, because I tell you the indifference and the
I've joined the bandwagon.
Yeah.
It's a worthy cause.
Yeah.
And that's why I
you know, I mean, Gene and my son have been telling me, boy, Sam, you can get in trouble with what make you like getting in trouble and confusion with things and so on.
Well, some trouble, quote unquote, is worth getting into.
Yeah, you know, because I can't understand why people can't understand this. This is, I mean, you're calling a man a fraud. You know, and the thing is, people who are frauds usually think everybody else is a fraud, you know.
That's right, exactly.
I mean,
so those who are making that claim better be careful.
Yeah. But he show you what he think about he think. Yeah. I mean, anybody with any reasonable understanding of what's happening could think that. Why would you want to do that? Why you want to do that? And put me in this.
That's obnoxious. I think it was an obnoxious statement, and if I were there, I think I would have made that clear. But I see here as well, Quinn, that Woody was attached to the Bastia Health Center at one point as a male motivator, distributing condoms and educating young males and females and the general public about birth control and so on. He was also attached to TEFLIP. I remember hearing about that. Teenage Family Life Education Program.
I remember that.
Doing mediation and conflict resolution.
We had a family planning office. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get guys to accept the responsibilities. Back in the day, you say, man, even a can of milk, you could, even a can of milk, you
Yeah.
could, you know, just to
And then you transferred to the government printery where you worked for a while after the dark room.
Yeah, when John left.
Yeah, John Watton.
Yeah.
So
He has in common as well. You know, the printery and the dark room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Oslo, on the Oslo, what's the name?
Hazel, Mrs. Hazel. Yeah.
Blow me down.
And that's why I say, boy, there's a divinity to your destiny. Eh?
Yeah.
Things don't, it's just your mission. You put here, and you have to fulfill that purpose and mission.
Yeah.
Well, I've always encouraged my students to focus on a particular line or particular goal, but at the same time, they must be as widely educated as possible. That they must be as well as all-rounded, as well-rounded as possible. And if I had known Woody then, I would have pointed to Woody.
Yeah, Woody is
as sociometric star.
Woody is
as the epitome of that kind of individual, because what I see here really outstands. And I would want to encourage young people to endeavor to emulate this kind of lifestyle, where you're not just good in one area. Right? That is your main focus. But hey, you're also involved here, you're also involved there.
That's why
no negative way. In all positive, constructive ways.
That's why the guy calling at the guy who said he's a role model.
Right.
For young people.
Exactly.
And you, Mr. Blake, have said, and I concur, when you look at what he has contributed over the span of his life, it is not hard for you to see where he will move to making such a motto. It's easy to see.
The man is he's good in things literary, not just things artistic and cultural,
but what I
things
don't
literary.
Yeah,
so this is why
that's why I'm saying, you know, I want to, and I do not think anybody, why would want to come to interfere with me and tell me that for me to get myself in trouble when it ain't true? I mean, what?
There's so many factors that combine and converge to prove that the man is armed.
We have another caller.
Let's take this caller. Good morning,
Hi,
caller.
Good day, Mr. Blake and the host there, the panelists.
Yes, sir.
I'm here listening and enjoying the show. I'm calling from overseas. Woody, I didn't even know you did all of these things. You were my neighbor in East Street. We used to stay from the big house, Dosha's big yard, and look over with all the music playing. Ivy's daughter. I'm here looking at you.
Okay.
Yeah, Gwyneth, yeah. Woody was my neighbor. They used to entertain us with all the music and every day.
This is Gwyneth Matisse?
Yeah, Gwyneth.
Yes. I'm here looking at him. I'm seeing Felice right in his face.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just letting you know Ivy's still around. She's 96. Please pay her a visit.
Sure, I will.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, take care.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Cool. Peace.
I like that. So, by the way, it's interesting to know that folks are listening overseas and can also identify with what you're talking about.
I mean, people called on Friday. Remember, we had a little program thing, and people called from overseas. I mean, people called Woody. They called me, and saying, "Why? What's going on? What's so difficult about this thing? What's the capsec talking about? Why is he so angry? What's his problem?"
Yeah, I listened to some of what the cabinet secretary had to say, and I must say that my view is that the essence of what he said was uncalled for, and was not in keeping with the neither the tone nor the theme. Right, that's my view.
To find out the truth.
Yeah, because hey, we are on a crusade here to give Woody what is rightfully his. Is rightfully his, and we challenge anyone to state or stage a counterclaim.
Right.
Yeah.
I am making that challenge here and now, and I'm saying in the absence of that, because we're not going to get any. In the absence of that, Woody is the man. Let us give him what belongs to him.
Yeah.
Because like I keep telling Woody, look, Woody, if somebody come and say produce evidence that they do it and not you, they should put you in jail, hang you.
Yeah, definitely.
They should hang you, put you in jail for the rest of your life or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got, like I said, I've been dealing with it for a long time.
Yeah. I like you put it in what terms. That is what should happen. But We know that that's not going to happen. So let's give the man what belongs to him. Let's bring closure to this thing. Let's apply justice and fairness to where it belongs, and then we can move on nicely. And all the students in our primary and secondary schools, and everyone else,
generations to come,
and generations yet unborn, will know that this one of the best, if not the best, Gregory disagrees.
And you see, somebody calling there, and just how important it is for to get our history right, because it's important for our children and know what's happening. I mean, and I don't want to get involved in the name of the school. I mean, people name whatever school they want name, and whatever name, we've always had those controversy. But I'm talking, you were there in the ministry when I was the Minister of Education. Mr. Petty was the Permanent Secretary.
Yes.
I mean, you got your whole school and you're talking about not a word about the Minister, not a word about the Permanent Secretary. Mr. Petty basically single-handedly, you would know. I mean, the school, the curriculum, the whole work.
You, Sam Conda, Honorable Minister of Education, you gave Mr. Petty a lot of room to do things in the Ministry of Education.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And your style was very effective. Because you not having been immersed in education per se, as a teacher and so on, you let Mr. Petty run things.
And all of you guys.
Your achievements during those 5 years are among the best we've had as a country since independence. And I said so because I was there.
Yeah.
I'm not talking vicariously. Let's take this caller. Hello, caller. Good morning and welcome to. You might very well be our last caller here on Voices for Today.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Just a short contribution
No
to
problem.
the discussion. I want to apologize to Rudy Val for the national sin that we have committed since independence, and it still perplexes me to wonder how we have allowed this to fester till it becomes a discussion. But even greater than that, it begs the question: what are we going to put in place to ensure that such sins of commission and omission at the same time
Good point.
does not continue to be perpetuated? Because a lot of things happen because we do not have proper systems in place.
Documentation.
Where, for example, and no apologies to the former minister, deputy prime minister, who has made his contributions, that sometimes we put too much power in the hands of politicians. And if they are not in favor of something, it allows to fester. On smaller scales, those of us who are in the public service now, for example, if you were to do a promotion or if you were to do an increment, somebody could sweep it under the carpet and it is left there. You could leave the service prematurely when you might have only needed 2 more weeks or 2 more months to get a full pension. Nobody says anything. And people go to their grave
kind of injustices.
and the thing is perpetuated.
Wrong.
I feel that a lot of this, some of this can be maybe looked at if we institute things like local government, where communities take a greater hold on national treasures like Rudy Val, and thus the recording of these things are done. I say that, and this is a final point I want to make, not directly related to the topic, but recently I wanted to go and find out something about some of my ancestors. In this case, my grandfather. And he, you know how the system was. They were not married. He was not married to my grandmother. His father's name was not on it.
His father's name is Dash. Yeah. Dash.
Right. But interestingly enough, I got the birth certificate, and the dash was there in that column. But the name of his father happened to be on that same birth certificate because his father was the one who went to register his son. So here is it, a dash in that column, but the father of that son happened to be the one who went, and so his name appears on that same birth certificate, right? And I'm saying that I'm sure maybe that is the case for some other person. But the last point I want to make in relation to that is this. I found out that grandfather of mine was born at Prophet Estate. No, I can't visit Prophet Estate. Why can't I visit Prophet Estate? The land is still there, but accessibility to that and other estates are not there. So I cannot show my children and grandchildren or take them there to physically do it. Because we have literally, I don't want to use the word poofed away, those places, and so they become no more. But I don't want to stray on that point. But I hope that justice is done to the young man. And may I ask, is Carl your younger brother?
Yes.
Because you look similar
Yes,
to
my
me.
younger
But
brother,
thanks very much. Continue the crusade, and we got a lot of stuff to deal with in terms of correcting the ills that were
Your
done.
apology
Thank you.
accepted.
Can't be the police officer? That's what you're talking about? Can't be the police officer?
That's my nephew.
Oh. Okay.
Carl, you remember Carl who was at Central Bank now? You remember Carl Gill? You know Carl. Carl is one. Yeah.
He used to play music and he's a document music and so on.
All right, I think we're winding now.
We're going to wrap up, yeah.
So we're going to wrap up now. I think WinFM likes to call it your what's the term they use? Final words or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, well, no final word except to say that we should see the motto as something as being very fundamental in the sense that it gives direction, so to speak, and as to the making of citizen, a good citizen,
right.
and a good federation in the long run.
Yep. You can't say it better than that, boy.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
I want to thank again WinFM, Quinn, Miss Wilkin, and I want to thank you, Michael. You know, you're nothing short of brilliant. You know, I mean, this has been really good. Like I said, I've been trying to carry on this thing for the last 17 years, and I've never had that kind of support and representation. I think, you know.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and I want to thank you and thank WinFM and thank Quinn and you know, and the listeners, you know.
You're very welcome. I think it's a legitimate cause. I think it's a worthy cause.
Yeah. And if I didn't believe it, I wouldn't be, you know, be doing it.
Yeah,
that's, I mean, my life is about, you know.
For the good that you can do.
For the good that I can do. That's it.
Yes. Well, we want to thank the listening audience for being a part of this conversation, this discussion, and thank WinFM for allowing us to voice it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Blessings, peace, and love.
You found the sound. 98.9. Win FM.
We now bring you the headline news. The headline news is brought to you by The Grange and Caribou.